A couple years ago, I posted a video on this channel where I loaded up 308 Winchester with subsonic ammunition, and I showed you all what it would sound like to shoot a 308 with subsonic ammo. Today I did something a little bit special. I've got my Bergara B14 HMR Wilderness, chambered in 300 Winchester Magnum, and I loaded up some ammunition that I'm hoping is subsonic. These are 208 grain bullets loaded on top of Trail Boss powder. The objective in this video today is to just show you how quiet a subsonic 300 Winchester Magnum would be, and even if it's possible to load a 300 Win Mag to subsonic velocities. But I'm also going to be comparing it to the 178 grain Hornady match ammo, full power ammo. So you'll be able to see the sound and the recoil difference between this ammo. And we're also going to find out, did I actually load up 300 Winchester Magnum to subsonic velocities? Let's find that out. Some of you might be wondering what the term supersonic versus subsonic means, and I want to explain that to you real quick so you can understand, as I'm just saying those words, what I actually mean by them. So subsonic ammunition just means that the bullet is exiting the barrel lower than the speed of sound. In most atmospheric conditions and elevations, that's going to be around 1100 feet per second. Supersonic ammunition is ammunition that the bullet is going faster than the speed of sound. So the benefit of subsonic with a suppressor is the bullet is not going to have a sonic crack when it goes downrange. And on top of that, it has less powder typically, or a different powder charge, and you get less of the big exploding boom that comes out of the barrel as the gases interact with the atmosphere. So that's all that means. Let's get into it. The first 5 rounds I'm going to fire are full power ammunition. They're Hornady 178 grain match ammunition. I'm shooting through my chronograph at 10 feet. Downrange, we've got an armored Nutria target. You gotta watch out for those little southern buggers. We're gonna be putting 5 rounds on that target. After each round, I'm going to read to you the velocity. Again, this is supersonic ammo, so pay attention to the noise and the recoil with this 300 Win Mag suppressed. Okay, so we had a slight malfunction on my chronograph. Let me go fix that real quick. So I had my chronograph set at meters per second, and I don't know about all you guys, but I don't read velocity the wrong way. We're back to feet per second, so let's send it. That was 2,925 feet per second. 2,920. That was 2,915. And 2,958. Let's go downrange and check out that armored Nutria. So looking at this, knowing that that gun's zeroed for 150 grain ammo, my point of impact is obviously low and left here. Those were the last 4. First round with the suppressor, we do have an impact shift cold. So that's interesting, but that was the 178 grain Hornady ammo. Let's go shoot some of the subsonic and see what we find. I know all you Southerners know what Nutria are. I didn't know what Nutria was until January of this past year. These little buggers are a nuisance. So I'm working at dialing in loads so I can take care of them. We don't have them in Pennsylvania yet. If you guys need us down in Louisiana or something like that, just give us a ring. If you have these armored guys running around, watch our last videos because we talk about armor piercing ammunition. It's the exact ammo you're gonna need to take out some armored up Nutria. Get on it. So now we're gonna try the ammo that I reloaded myself. Now I'm using Trail Comp powder. These are 208 grain Hornady match bullets. I loaded up 3 different sets of ammo. We're gonna actually start with the highest charge. This is 20 grains of Trail Boss. There's no load data when you're dealing with stuff like this. So I don't wanna go with too low of a load. I'd rather have it higher, but still have it subsonic. So there is a chance that these are not subsonic, but I'm curious to find that out with you. So let's stop talking and let's just start shooting. And I will read the velocities off to you guys again. That is 1,449 feet per second. So that is definitely not subsonic. I don't know where that brass went, but I'll catch the next round. I want to see the primer and just double check everything. Everything looks good on that. So honestly, guys, we already know that the 20 grain is supersonic, and that one read 1,439. I'm going to drop all the way down to the 18 grains. I think it's 18 grains. Let me double check. 18 grains of Trail Boss. Let's see. So we're in the 1,400s right now. That was 1,330. 1,309. How disappointing. Let's go check those impacts. Okay, so we obviously did not achieve the subsonic that we wanted. You can see the point of impact shifted pretty dramatically. So there's 2 rounds. My last 2 impacted right there. That was 18 grains. So now obviously, at least at 50 yards, the 18 grains so far are stacking amazingly. Even though they're not subsonic, that's a load that I'm interested in playing around with more. But I think what's better than shooting paper would be shooting some steel targets. Let's go back and bang on some steel a little bit. Okay, now for fun, guys, I have our reduced C-Zone Genesis target on the T-post mount down at 100 yards. I'm gonna shoot the 19 grain load that I put together. It's 19 grains of Trail Boss powder. Obviously, we did not achieve subsonic, but it's still very light recoiling. And I just wanna shoot some steel and let you guys hear some steel ring. So 4 rounds, 100 yards. Let's frickin' send it. We're gonna aim high right because these were hitting left, and it's gonna drop a lot at 100. Oh man. That is too freaking cool. Let's go downrange. As you guys can see, the 19 grains of Trail Boss really stacked these rounds at 100 yards. And I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't able to get subsonic velocities out of 300 Win Mag, but I would be lying if I told you guys that that wouldn't be a challenge. This is a big round. There's a lot of case capacity inside of a 300 Win Mag. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and play around with either a heavier bullet or a lower charge weight. Going lower on the charge weight has its own risks, but maybe that's what I'll start with. And if I have to, I'll jump up to like a 220 grain bullet or something like that to try to get this thing subsonic. And we're gonna have to address that later in another video. But I'm curious what you all think. Was that interesting to you? Did that give you some extra information? And the biggest thing that I'd take away from this is I was able to establish a reduced recoil load with 208 grain match ammunition and have the ability to stack groups on the target. And again, this is our reduced C-Zone Genesis plate. It is a very inexpensive system. Mounts on a T-post bracket. They're on our website, tatargets.com. I'll put that down in the description. And if you found this video helpful, or you had some questions or comments, let me know down in that comment section. Happy to help you guys out. If you have any other ideas of ways that I could approach this particular experiment, I'd love to hear it. And if you want to support my channel, the best way to do that is to purchase a steel target off of TA Targets. I am one of the owners of TA Targets, so if you buy a target like this, it does support me financially, but it also supports my entire team financially as well, which is a win. We're red-blooded Americans that believe in freedom and inspiring you all to become more capable. If that's something that resonates with you, this is a great way to support me. Let me know what you think about this video. And guys, as always, stay well, stay safe. See you all in the next one.